The 21st century marks a dramatic transformation in the geopolitical and economic landscape driven by the rise of the Global South, a term encompassing regions like Latin America, Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. BRICS, originally consisting of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, expanded in 2024 to include 6 additional countries, forming a powerful alliance of 10 nations representing the Global South. This coalition, united by shared interests in economic growth and technological development, is not only challenging the historical dominance of Western powers in politics and finance, but also playing a leading role in space exploration. With space exploration becoming a critical frontier for global cooperation and economic growth, BRICS is setting the stage for a multipolar world order in space, fostering a more inclusive and democratized approach to the final frontier. BRICS, a catalyst for a multipolar space order. Historically, space exploration has been the domain of a few elite powers, primarily led by the United States, Russia, and European nations. This concentration of space activities in the hands of a few countries created a technological gap and limited the global accessibility of space-related benefits. Space was seen as a theater of political rivalry, especially during the Cold War, where superpowers used their technological advances to assert dominance. The emergence of BRICS, however, signals a shift from this model of exclusivity toward a multipolar space order. BRICS nations are leveraging their collective technological, financial, and intellectual resources to establish independent space infrastructures, reducing their reliance on Western-controlled systems such as GPS and satellite communications. By doing so, they are pioneering a new space race, one that is defined not by rivalry but by cooperation among developing nations. This alliance is not simply about asserting dominance in space, but about challenging the inequitable status quo that has historically kept many countries out of the race altogether. Each BRICS nation brings unique strengths to the table. China has made significant strides in space exploration, with missions to the Moon, Mars, and its own space station, Tiangong. India is renowned for its cost-effective space missions, including the Mars Orbiter mission, Mangalyaan, and Chandrayaan lunar projects. Brazil and South Africa are rapidly advancing their space capabilities, particularly in satellite technology. Russia, with its deep expertise, remains a pivotal player, continuing its legacy as one of the original space pioneers. Together, these nations form a formidable bloc that is committed to democratizing access to space and ensuring that the benefits of space technology are shared by all, particularly the nations of the Global South. Promoting peaceful and sustainable use of space. One of the cornerstones of BRICS's approach to space exploration is its emphasis on the peaceful and sustainable use of outer space. Unlike some Western powers that have engaged in militarizing space, raising fears of an arms race in space, BRICS advocates for a global regime that prevents the weaponization of space and promotes its use for the betterment of humanity. The BRICS nations are vocal proponents of international treaties like the Outer Space Treaty of 1967, which establishes space as the province of all humankind. Their position is clear: space should not become the next battleground for geopolitical tensions, but rather a domain where countries collaborate to address pressing global challenges such as climate change, disaster management, and sustainable development. Climate change and environmental monitoring. BRICS is focused on using satellite technology to monitor environmental changes. Satellites from China, India, and Brazil already play a crucial role in collecting data on deforestation, pollution, and natural disasters. By sharing satellite data with developing nations, BRICS enables these countries to implement more effective climate strategies. Disaster management. Satellites are indispensable tools for disaster prediction, monitoring, and response. Through joint initiatives, BRICS countries are creating a network of satellites dedicated to disaster management, offering early warnings and real-time data that can save lives. This focus on sustainability is also reflected in BRICS's commitment to mitigating space debris. The rise of satellite constellations, while beneficial, has contributed to an increasingly congested low Earth orbit. BRICS nations are involved in research and development efforts aimed at reducing space debris, ensuring that space remains accessible and safe for future generations. Empowering the Global South in space. One of the most revolutionary aspects of BRICS space strategy is its dedication to empowering other nations of the Global South to become active participants in space exploration. For too long, space exploration has been the preserve of wealthy nations, with developing countries lacking the resources, technology, or expertise to engage meaningfully in this field. BRICS seeks to change this paradigm through technology transfer, capacity-building initiatives, and inclusive research collaborations. Technology transfer and joint research programs. BRICS nations are sharing their space technologies with other developing countries, enabling them to establish their own space programs. For example, China and India have been instrumental in providing satellite technology and training to African and Latin American nations, fostering local expertise and reducing dependence on foreign space systems. Space education and training. BRICS is investing heavily in space education, offering scholarships, exchange programs, and joint research opportunities for students and scientists from across the Global South. This investment in human capital is essential for building a skilled workforce that can sustain and expand space capabilities within these nations. Joint ventures and shared infrastructure. One of the most powerful aspects of BRICS collaboration is the pooling of resources for major space missions. By sharing costs and infrastructure, BRICS nations can undertake more ambitious projects, such as lunar and Martian exploration, that would be difficult for individual nations to pursue independently. Examples of BRICS space cooperation. Joint satellite development. BRICS nations are cooperating on the development of satellites for various applications, including Earth observation, telecommunications, and navigation. This cooperation is critical for developing countries that rely on satellite technology for economic development, agriculture, and disaster response. Space exploration missions. Plans for joint exploration. Missions to the Moon and Mars are currently in development. These missions will showcase the technological capabilities of BRICS nations and provide a platform for scientific research that benefits all of humanity. Space debris mitigation. Recognizing the growing threat of space debris, BRICS nations are collaborating on the development of debris removal technologies. This includes research into innovative solutions for tracking and removing space debris, ensuring the long-term sustainability of space activities. Satellite applications for agriculture and health. By using space technology for precision agriculture and remote health services, BRICS nations are addressing some of the most pressing development challenges in the Global South. Satellites are used to optimize crop yields, monitor disease outbreaks, and provide telemedicine services in remote areas. Challenges and opportunities. Despite the significant progress made by BRICS in space exploration, the alliance faces several challenges. One of the most notable challenges is the technological gap between BRICS nations and the more established space powers like the United States and Europe. While countries like China and India have made impressive strides, others are still developing their space capabilities. Bridging this gap will require sustained investment in research, education, and infrastructure. Geopolitical tensions also pose a challenge to BRICS ambitions. For example, tensions between India and China have at times hindered broader collaboration within the group. However, the shared goal of democratizing space has often helped BRICS nations overcome their differences in the pursuit of common objectives. The opportunities for BRICS in space are immense. The rapid advancement of space technology, particularly in areas like miniaturization of satellites, artificial intelligence, and space-based energy systems, offers exciting prospects for innovation and economic growth. As the Global South continues to rise economically and technologically, BRICS nations are well positioned to lead the next phase of human space exploration. Conclusion. BRICS leading the way in a new space era. BRICS is at the forefront of democratizing space exploration, championing a multipolar world where the benefits of space are shared more equitably. By investing in independent space capabilities, promoting peaceful use of outer space, and empowering other developing nations, BRICS is reshaping the future of space exploration. This coalition of 10 nations is not just exploring space for the sake of national prestige, but is creating a legacy of collaboration, sustainability, and inclusion. As space becomes increasingly critical to global development, impacting everything from climate monitoring to communications to defense, BRICS's role in ensuring the global south is not left behind is more vital than ever. The next few decades promise to be transformative as BRICS continues to lead the global south into a new era of space exploration, one that will have far-reaching benefits for all of humanity.